Hello and welcome everyone to Magical Me. I'm Jamie Mendez and this is my Moonday Oracle message. This is going to be an Oracle intuitive reading for the collective for the week of October 3rd, 2022. I'm just going to give this a few moments just to make sure that there are no issues on the technical end of things. I think the last time that I did go live, there were quite a few issues. So I just want to rule that out before I really dive in. So anybody tuning in at this time, if you could just shoot me a comment and let me know that you can hear me and see me okay, then I'll proceed. Hello, Laura. Hello, Laura Scott. I see both of you Lauras here. So welcome. Thank you so much for being here live with me. I hope that you are doing well and having a wonderful start to your week. How's the sound for you? Can you hear me okay? Ah, there we go. I see a comment. Hi, Jillian. Welcome, lovely. Hey, Lynette. Welcome. Perfect. Thank you so much. So just bear with me one moment, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and just share this on my page. Or I'm going to attempt to share it on my page. It's always a fun new way of trying to figure it out every time I log on here. Okay. Okay, I think I did it. Hello, Eleanor. Welcome, lovely. How are you all? I know I haven't been here in probably about 2 weeks. Thank you, Jillian. Appreciate that, love. Thank you, Laura. Make sure I didn't miss anything. And my throat is still a little hoarse, so I'm just going to let you know in advance I have a cough drop in my mouth so that it's not so dry. So just, bear with me as I'm pushing through that. But I do feel so much better as compared to what I was feeling. So yeah, a little excited. Although today's energy was a little tricky this morning. Definitely yesterday and today have been incredibly heavy energy, and we know Mercury just went direct. And so, anytime a planet changes motion or direction, it really does kind of send us all a little topsy-turvy. Obviously. So I'm sure we'll talk a little bit about that during the reading. Hello, Kimberly. It's your first time here. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here with me live. I'm going to go over what it is that you can expect here now. Hi, Karen. Welcome. Yes, happy October, Eleanor. Yes, as you can see, I'm ready for it. Laura says, I'm making progress, started walking with the boot and the cane today. Oh, well, good for you. At least you're getting up and getting around. I'm sure you are. Interesting, isn't that how we just come out of Mercury retrograde and things seem to kind of start to shift forward a little bit? Although, again, just be mindful, everybody, even though a planet comes out of retrograde, it still has a shadow phase 2 weeks after it does change motion and prior to leading up to it changing motion. So just so that things are just moving a little bit slow, okay? And that will be ruling technology, travel, communication, etc. Hi, communication. As I said, my throat is still a little funny. I still, it goes hoarse and raspy every now and then. Welcome, Maria. Thanks for being here. All right, so I'll quickly go over what it is that you can expect here today for anybody who might be new. And those of you who are not new to my page, welcome back, and thank you for always being here. Even for those of you who catch the replays and over on my YouTube channels and on my Instagram channels, thank you all so much for your love and support. So every Monday or so, I try to go live to bring forward a message for the collective for the week, for really what we most need to know energetically, kind of what the theme is. And that just gives us the awareness as to how to move in harmony with the energies versus being, blind or just completely unaware and having no awareness. Sometimes we struggle against the flow, which creates more conflict and challenge within our lives. So having this heads up does really give us a bit of empowerment and inspiration to be able to move along with the energy, or how to best embrace the energy, if you will. So these are not personalized readings for individuals here today. This is a generalized overview for the collective, for all of us, and they are in divine timing, which means that I set the intention for all those who are meant to receive this message. They do find themselves here in the exact divine time that is most in alignment with them. So that means it's okay if you catch this on the replay, even months from now. You're here hearing this message exactly when it's really going to impact you or really resonate within your own life, okay? So I do offer personalized readings for anybody who is interested. You can send me a private message and we can set that up, or you can take a look at my fees and my services on my page. And readings are able to be done just like this across space and time, where we could do a Zoom call, or I also offer recorded readings, which means that I record the reading for you, send it over, and you watch it in your own time. So just something to keep in mind if you are interested in a personalized reading. All right, I'm going to go over news and announcements really quickly, though, before I do the oracle message for the week, which I do utilizing oracle cards as well as my own intuitive abilities to interpret those messages. And the news and announcements I'll talk about quickly. So also, many of you know that I have a sister business, Oracles of the Light. Hello, Rose Maria. Welcome, gorgeous. Thanks for being here. Oracles of the Light. So if you have not already seen our page, go head over after this is done and give it a like. Check it out. It's how you can stay up to date with things that we offer there that aren't necessarily posted or shared here, and vice versa. But we tend to just cross-post and collaborate. So Oracles of the Light is my other business with my partner, Karen. And we are this Sunday, October 9th, right? I think that's right, October 9th at 7 p.m. We will be going live on the Oracles of the Light page to bring forward our annual Halloween reading roulette. So what that is a live event that we do where we have what's called a Wheel of Fate. And on the Wheel of Fate are various different themed oracle card readings that you can receive. Everybody is guaranteed, anybody who participates, I should say, is guaranteed a reading. So there are many different themed readings. For $20 is all that it takes to participate. So you could send the $20 in advance, and the information is created or is available in an event that we've created on both Magical Meets should be here, and if not, if you can't find it there, it will be on Oracles of the Light page. It's even shared on my personal page, and it gives you the link so that you can send through PayPal the $20 participation fee, and you are guaranteed a reading. We will not be offering this service to anyone who has not participated through sending over the required donation or offering, just because obviously it's a service that we do. So with that said, the $20 will get you a spin on the wheel. So when we go live, we have the order in which people signed up or sent over the payment, and we go through the list of names individually, one by one, and we spin the wheel live for you between myself and Karen. And on that wheel are different themed readings to see which reading comes forward for you. There's one that is the vampire reading, and that just really gives you insight into what is draining your energy or life force at this time that you might not be aware of, which allows you then to have that knowledge to make the changes in your life that will help you move forward or break through any challenges or obstacles. We also have another one on there called the witch reading, and that just helps you understand what is your magical power that's coming forward at this time to assist you in your life. We have another one called Ask the Oracle, which means that if you get that, if you land on that, Ask the Oracle means you get to ask us any question that you like within reason. We'll explain that later. Within reason. So you get to say, so you don't have to choose from the themed readings. You get to ask a question of something that might be very specific and personal going on in your life that you'd like a little bit more insight and clarity into. There's another option on there called wild card, which means you get to choose any of the themed readings if you land on that. So it's really fun. We kind of break out of our professionalism a little bit, although we still always tend to keep it classy. But we do get a little silly and have fun. It's just, we love Halloween, Samhain. It is our time of year. So we do get a little bit silly with it and have some fun. And even if you can't participate, and you just want to tune in live and hang out with us, you can absolutely do that as well. As again, we'll be live. We'll just be having fun. We'll be tuning into the comments with everybody. And then if you can't donate or sign up until the actual live, you can still send the payment over during the live as well. It's just, again, we call out the names and spin the wheel in order of receipt. So that's why people tend to send in advance. This way, they don't have to wait so long to get through the list of names. Even if you can't tune in live and you want to participate, the replay will be available so that you can always tune in and watch everything over and over again. Why would you want to be live? Because not only do we spin the wheel for you, we do not do your reading live. Let me just clarify. The reading will be private. We will actually be doing recorded private readings and sending them over in a video recording for everyone to watch in their own time as often as they like, okay? Because we do not personalize or publicize. We don't publicize people's personal readings. However, just for participating, everybody who plays and gets a spin on the wheel will get a bonus card live. That bonus card will just be a little bit something fun. It won't get too deep. It won't get too personal. It won't be too heavy of a reading so that it's not, again, tapping into any personal business on air. We'll just send you something a little bit fun that you can watch live during the actual video. Hi, Laura. Welcome, love. Thanks for being here. Mandy, welcome to you as well. Thanks for being here. Oh, I'm so happy that you could make it, though. I hope that the Wi-Fi holds out. See. Get jiggy with it. Yeah, so it's really, really fun. If you've never participated in reading roulette before, what I always suggest is, if you're kind of like, I want to participate, but I'm not really sure, what you can do is tune in with us at 7 p.m. on October 9th. And when we go live, we'll start going through the people who have already signed up, and you'll see how it works. So you'll see we'll call out a name, people who've already paid, and then we'll spin the wheel for them, and then we'll pull their little bonus message, and we go down the list. So you'll get to see it that way as well. But again, if you're interested in participating, if you want to sign up, it's $20 to participate through PayPal. I also have Venmo, so if you prefer Venmo, just message me privately, and I will give you that. The event has been created, so check it out. And you can see all the readings that we'll be doing there. I think there's probably about 8 different ones. All right. So, what happened? Lynette says, yes, Mercury. We missed Jamie. Let's carry on with this message. Wait, what happened? Did something happen? Did I go out? I highly recommend it. Thank you, Rosemary. Can somebody just confirm, am I still here? Can you still see me? Can you still hear me? I just want to make sure, because I don't know. I just read Lynette's message and said, Mercury, we missed Jamie. Let her carry on with this message. Yes, please. Let me carry on with this message. Just to make sure all's good first. Oh, thank you, Maria. I appreciate that. Okay. Yeah, so Mercury, obviously, I'm energy sensitive and still kind of tuning into Mercury there with my throat. So awesome. Thank you, ladies. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. So now that's really the only thing to announce. Cosmic Oracle for the month of October with Oracles of the Light is going on. It is our private membership group for anybody who is unfamiliar with it. Even though we just launched it for the month, it's a month-to-month group, okay? Even though we just launched it, it's not too late for you to still jump in. You will only have missed like 2 daily readings because we're on the 3rd today. So for $33 for the month, it's for the whole month of October. You will receive in this private group daily oracle messages from myself and Karen. And because it's October, we're working a lot with like different Halloween or Samhain or October themed sort of card decks. So bringing forward messages every single day for all of us in the group, really what we all need to know as a collective, not individual ones. Also, we do a month-long astrology forecast. So really just telling you what's going on with the cosmos and how that is impacting us. And we break it down per major event or which event really wants to be talked about, full moon, eclipse, all that stuff going on. October is a packed and potent month, so there's going to be so much information. I'm actually getting ready to start working on the first part to put that into the private group. On top of that, Karen is a sound and vibrational therapist, so what she does is actually create a harmonic symphony to attune us all to whatever planetary energies are coming forward, using planetary sound pipes, using tuning forks, and she creates this little clip for us to align us with the frequencies that come forward in the energy forecast. So also, just for participating this month, every single person that participates in the Cosmic Oracle for the month of October is having their names entered into a drawing for a free reading with Karen and myself, where we'll actually be doing the reading together for the people. And we don't often do those, so that's really cool. And we will be announcing, and I don't think we said this out loud, I thought I did, but maybe didn't. We will be announcing that winner on October 9th in the beginning of Reading Roulette Live, everybody. I'll make another announcement on Facebook as well, but just want to give you the heads up. All right, I'm done. Hi, Marina. Welcome and thank you for being here. Okay, let's get into it. So before I pull the message or the card for the week, I'm just going to ask everybody to come into sacred space with me. What that means is that whenever we do any energetic work, whenever we do any intuitive work, it's always important for us to ensure that we have a sacred space around us. And while I have sacred space here in my little magical sanctuary, it is also important because we are sharing energy across space and time right now. That's how readings are able to actually be done. And so when we're doing that, we want to all make sure that we're equally kind of creating a sacred space. And now, it doesn't mean that you have to break out your wands and break out your sage and all kinds of stuff. We're going to do it with intention at this moment in time, okay? So I'm just going to have everybody just, if you can, safely detach from whatever's going on around you. Take a moment to bring your energy into self. If you can, close your eyes and just take a nice deep breath in through your nose. As we just clear the energy around us with the sound of the Tinsha bells. Cosmic Oracle message today was the bells. And as you release your breath, blow it out of your mouth, just envisioning any excess energy that you do not need, grounding out. Detaching from any stress, any worry, any tension in your body. And go ahead and take another nice deep breath in. And creating this beautiful sacred space around each and every single one of us. Grounding the energy now. And one more deep breath in. And drop your mind into your heart and come into your feeling space. Come into center, into the present moment, or the eternal now, where all that matters is this moment in time. And so it is. And you can open your eyes. Welcome, Bridget. Thanks for being here. Barbara, welcome. I did go over the news and the announcements, so check them out on replay once this is done airing live if you like. But really the only major thing going on right now is Halloween Reading Roulette, ladies. And I know that you both like that. So it will be going on October 9th, this Sunday, live at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Okay? All right, let's get into it. So I am working with, can you guess? the Halloween Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. Of course, I'm going to be doing this all month long, if possible, working with the different themed decks that I have, because, you know, we only get a limited time to use them. So, all right, so let's see what it is. What message of guidance and insight comes forward for the collective's highest and greatest good for the week of October 3rd, 2022. Oh, okay. Okay, we got two cards, so I'm gonna share both of them, but give me 1 second to just receive this message. It's a beautiful message. Okay, so the first one that came forward is eternal love. This actually came forward this week in our Cosmic Oracle group, and it says, love is love is love, and it transcends physical death. The second card is Hearth, and it says happiness in our hearts and homes. So, there's a couple of things that I'm already suddenly hearing, all right? So first and foremost is that I'm going to go ahead and just take the obvious that's coming in here, because as I was actually getting ready for Moonday, I actually started getting nudges from two of my deceased grandparents. And this is the time of year I do have mediumship abilities. I just don't work with them very obviously. You know, more so I connect with animals. That's more of my specialty and what I like to do, animal communication versus working with the spirits of our loved ones. But in very special occasions and occurrences, they do come forward, especially at this time of year where the veil between the worlds is thinning to the point of just non-existence. The closer that we get to Halloween or Samhain, the veil begins to decrease between the worlds, if you will. So not only is that bringing forward activity from, you know, the other realms or the other worlds, such as the Fae realms, the nature kingdoms, the angelic realms, etc., but it's also connecting us with our ancestors and those that have crossed beyond the veil, those deceased loved ones making themselves known and wanting to come forward to give us a little bit of nudge. That doesn't mean that they're not doing this all year long in some way, but it's easier for us, even those of us who don't automatically have these abilities turned on. And I say it that way because we all have the ability to tap into that gift, to connect with those beyond. But it is a matter sometimes of really being tuned in and clearing out and doing self-work in order to get to that space. Hello, beautiful Carmela. Welcome, love. So at this time, it is much easier for people. And that's where I think the eerie part of the time of year comes about, where it feels a little energetically spooky. And it is because we are weaving in and out of the physical realm and the spiritual worlds, where we are able to feel what we can't see. So the eternal love message to me is like, if you had recently a loved one that has left your life, or that you've just suddenly had on your mind that has passed over and crossed beyond the veil, it is automatically giving me this this nudge that they are making themselves known. And people sometimes will go into a bit of a frenzy about that. They'll say, oh my God, I had a dream about my deceased so-and-so, and I am in a panic. I need to know, does this mean there's something wrong with them? What are they trying to tell me? And I'm going to let you know now that as a medium, as an intuitive, the biggest message that they're trying to send you is just, hey, I'm here. I hear you. I see you. And I hear you thinking about me, and I'm responding to you. So now when the veil is so thin, they are more so able to come across and make that connection. So if they've recently popped into your mind, if you've recently lost someone, know that this is their way of communicating to you right now beyond the veil, saying, love is eternal. And just because I'm not with you in the physical doesn't mean that my love for you, my connection to you dies, because it transcends space and time. So love is the only thing that transcends all things, everything. And so this is their way of just saying, I'm okay. I love you. I'm here. Oftentimes, if we ask them for a message, they will send you one. So be mindful, because every single spirit communicates differently. Some of them come through dreams. Some of them will come through radio and music and send you messages. So if you heard a song and you thought, that reminded me of so-and-so, I wonder if it was them. Yes, it absolutely was. If you had a dream and you're wondering if that was a visitation, yes, it absolutely was. If you are wondering if the butterfly that just flew in front of you and you suddenly had that thought, I wonder if this was so-and-so, then yes, it was. Because the way that they communicate to us is telepathically. So that message will come through where they suddenly just pop into your mind, where suddenly you hear their voice, where suddenly you think of something that they said. So that is their way of communicating. It is not as verbal as human communication. It is very different. It is very intuitive. So just know that's the first message of this reading. Okay. The second part of this message is that right now at this time, especially the fact that the sun is in Libra. Libra is the sign of scales and the sign of balance. And this is something I talk about in my Cosmic Oracle group when we have major alignments going on like this. So if this type of stuff interests you, Cosmic Oracle might be something you want to check out. Hi, Ashley. Welcome and thanks for being here. Hi, Cruz. Welcome. Thank you for being here. So I just did the first part of the message and the news and announcements. Those of you just tuning in, definitely catch the replay back when this is done airing live, okay? So with that said, Libra is also, it's the sign of the scales, which means it's all about bringing balance and harmony into our life. So Libra does not like chaos or conflict. It naturally begins to try to bring alignment and balance and a harmonious flow into areas that we might be living out of alignment or with imbalance. Very specifically, Libra likes to bring balance and harmony to our relationships. And that's also because Libra is the second zodiac sign ruled by planet Venus. Venus is actually in its sign of Libra right now. So it's further amplifying. So we have both Sun and Libra for the next month in the sign of Libra. We have Sun and Venus in the sign of Libra. So that means that there is this natural alignment and rebalancing starting to occur. So with that said, it doesn't necessarily mean romantic relationship. This could be our relationship with ourself. Most importantly, probably the relationship with self, as well as external relationships. But first and foremost, the relationship with the self is the key to external relationships coming into divine alignment. So when you have that love of self, when you recognize what is imbalanced within you, within the way that you treat yourself or the way that you allow yourself to be treated or the way that you, may be slacking in self-love or self-care or whatnot, when we have these imbalances within, it is a mirror reflection of the external relationships within our lives, and those relationships will also experience imbalances. So first and foremost, love of the self, bringing balance within our own self and within our bodies, within the way that we live our lives, with work and play, with self-love and love of others, doing for the self and doing for others. We have to find that balance. That's going to be key, because when we bring that into alignment, we're going to see a shift in the relationships around us. So Libra is naturally trying to bring this balancing of the scales within us and within our lives. So often, more than likely, we're going to also see this reflected in our relationships. And any relationships that are out of balance or out of alignment. And balance and alignment, slightly two different things, because the alignment part has to do with the vibration. It has to do with where you're at consciously, vibrationally, and energetically, and where another person is at in consciousness or vibration. And there are times where we fall out of alignment with people. Therefore, that rift creates the separation, where we begin to go our separate ways, or the disharmony becomes so palpable that we can no longer maintain those relationships, and those relationships in order to be balanced, in order to balance the flow into our life, some of those relationships might actually have to fall in the wayside. But here's the thing about that is, one of the most difficult things is to leave behind a relationship. And I myself, something I have not shared publicly, little vulnerable share here right now, is that I myself am going through that right now. I actually am going through a separation with my husband of 25 years. So it's that where those relationships come to a space where they just no longer align because the consciousness shifts. And that's okay. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it can become a bad thing when we try to force the scales to balance and they just can't balance. And that's where we create a lot of conflict, a lot of pain, and a lot of suffering within ourselves and within those that we love. And so it is okay to love people, even though we cannot be with those people. It is okay for us to go our separate ways because love is love is love. It is unconditional. And so more importantly, with the eternal love card that came forward here, it says that love doesn't have to only be limited to physical relationships. And that's something that I will say about me and my partner, is that we have come to a space where we want to do things differently. When we love each other so much, we just recognize that we aren't good together, but we love each other in a way that we want to support each other. We want to help each other. We want to grow together in a different sort of a partnership because we do have children together and we will have grandchildren together. So love is eternal, and our love is just going to transform in the sort of love that it is. And so this can be said for your sort of relationships. I'm not trying to make this about me. I'm trying to give you an explanation or an example of how this can apply to your relationships that might be falling away, because it doesn't have to be ugly. It doesn't have to be messy, and that love doesn't have to die. It just transforms. And with the card coming forward that is Hearth and Home, it is showing us that this love that's bringing into awareness or trying to be balanced by these Libra scales right now is close to home right now. So it is within your own home life, within your own partnerships, or within your own, your own household. But also, more importantly, true Hearth and Home is within you. And you have to love you enough to know when something isn't working, to know how to invoke your own boundaries and how to honor those boundaries and give yourself the love that you need. Because as Libra is trying to balance itself and those relationships are starting to fall away, it's trying to bring in balance so that not only can you see yourself for the true love that you are, and the best love that you will ever have is you, but also it's making room for the new love, for the other sort of a love that's meant to come into your life now that your vibration has changed and now that their vibration has changed. So allowing you to grow and expand and evolve and develop and transform in love in a new way, if that makes sense. And thank you all for your beautiful, loving words and comfort. I do appreciate that very much. It's a little difficult to be vulnerable like that here, but it's time. It's been a few months, and so, like I said, we have a wonderful connection, a wonderful relationship. We're still living together, so I do appreciate all of that. But do you see what I'm saying? My story is just an example of how true love really just transforms and transcends. It does not have to be ugly and messy. Although there is a grieving process, there is always going to be pain involved. Unfortunately, we can't bypass that, try as we might. But it is still a very beautiful thing that can, when we break out of the stereotypical third dimensional molds that say it has to look like that. We kind of blow people's minds when they hear the way that we're handling things. So it's that for all of you, all right? That's one part of this. The next part of this is that when we let go of those relationships that no longer serve us, and when we, and even if there's a little bit of a rift in current partnerships that, you're trying to work on right now, it doesn't necessarily mean we're letting go of these partnerships that we're in. We also could be having issues come up in our relationships and even within ourselves, those relationships are mirroring what's imbalanced within us, remember? So it's bringing up this awareness for us to look at, to pause, to step back, and to really bring this awareness into how we can deepen our love, how we can find a better alignment with one another, how we can transcend any current challenges we might be facing together. So do you see what I'm saying? It's bringing your awareness back into how you can take your relationships even to the next level, how they can deepen in a loving, committed partnership or in a different sort of a partnership and connection, see? But at the same time, some of these relationships that are moving away are actually clearing paths for those of you, and I'm not saying that the key is to leave a relationship and go out and look for another or search for another, because absolutely not. You cannot fill a void. You cannot seek love outside of yourself. You are your first love and only love, okay? And then other love comes because of that. So what is really happening, though, for some of us is that love, again, that soul deep love that people often categorize, let's say you call it a twin flame, and I don't like to get into the categories. I don't like those, because there's too many limited understandings of what they really truly are. But let's just say, for conversation's sake, twin flames, twin rays, twin souls, soul mates, divine complements, beloveds, whatever it is that you refer to that as, these are a deeper, just the understanding behind it is the deeper, soul deep, higher form of love. And that love has been with you from the beginning of time. But that love had to transcend as you had to transcend, as you had to go through your own transformations, your own healing, your own karmic patterns and cycles that were getting you to the point of clearing out all the debris, all of the third dimensional programming and rubble and limitation that prevented you from truly seeing what real, true, divine love and partnerships are, and what they're really capable of doing here in the world when we fully are able to be in those sort of a partnerships, when we've moved beyond our wounding and our pain. So this week, the message that's coming forward is that true love, it never really leaves you. It's always with you, and it's always been with you. In fact, it is you. Love is love is love. And we can see the deepening of connections, of partnerships, of love coming in as we let go of all the imbalances within our lives, as we learn to accept and surrender to the way that love needs to transform. That it doesn't have to be held tightly, controlled, or put into a box. That it is, true love is free. It's free to just be. And that is the sort of loving, committed partnerships that are starting to anchor in here on the planet. So a very, very powerful message for all of us this week. Again, there were many different scenarios within this message about love reaching out across the veil. And I'm so drawn to how the heart is creating, the roots of the tree, that it's like they're bound by love, and I don't mean bound in the sense of like, karmic binds and locked in type of thing. It's the freedom of love and allowing love to just be free that ultimately roots them together. So love is reaching out across the veil this week with the month of October, Libra and Venus and the Sun, all bringing this powerful realignment of love within us and within our lives and within our dynamics, however it is that resonates with your own unique journey. And the Hearth card says happiness in our hearts and homes. So remember that this is a message that's coming forward to help us bring that love more into ourselves. And how can we do that? Again, without fixating externally. Let's fixate internally for a change. And how can we bring more love into ourselves? Even if we aren't in partnerships at this time, and even if the world around us seems to be falling apart, How can you bring more of that love light in? Because that love will fill you and it will light up everything around you. And as it does, it shifts your external. So anchor that love of self, that light, into your home, into your heart, and let it radiate and expand out into everything. And again, those loved ones beyond the veil that we think we lost, they never really left. They just transformed. Okay, everyone? So thank you all for being here with this magical, powerful message this week. I hope that you all enjoy it and received it well as we move through the energies of this week that will be quite intense with the buildup of the full moon. Eclipse season has started. So just so that you know, again, stay in your hearts, stay in love, and always ask yourselves, what would love do? And with that said, I also posted this week's mudra on my page. If you haven't already seen it, it is posted or shared as a reel, so check it out. But what I love about it is its unity. It's the Trishula mudra. And so it is about unification and equilibrium. Boom. Doesn't get any better, right? All right, everybody, my voice is starting to go, so I love you all. Thank you all for being here. Much love and blessings to you, and I hope to see you join us on Oracles of the Light for Halloween Reading Roulette, Sunday, October 9th, live at 7 p.m. Check out the event to sign up in advance. Take care, my beings. Love you.